another engaging session on Decode 3.2. Today we are diving into a topic that holds great relevance in our interconnected world, pandemics as global disasters, Asian food. Our speaker for this evening, Mr. Ashwin Pierce, will be guiding us through the historical context, global repercussions, and the vital lessons learned from the Asian flu pandemic. He will shed light on how these global health crisis reshaped medical preparedness, international cooperation, and our collective understanding of pandemics. So, without further delay, let's put our hands together and extend a warm welcome to Mr. Ashwin P.S. as he takes the stage for this insightful and timely presentation.
Thank you all. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here today. We are going to talk about ancient flu. This is the one of the major pandemic on 20th century, a global health disaster that changed the way the world understood the infection diseases in the next few minutes. I will discuss where and how it begins in global impact, how the world responds, and what the lesson we learned from it. Let's begin with a brief introduction to the pandemic. Pandemic are the global outbreaking that cause massive disruption to the health system, economy, and society. The ancient flu in 1957 to 1958 was the one of the major significant pandemic on 20th century. It was caused by a new infection strain that a human had little immunity against. It originated in East Asia and spread rapidly around the world through the trade, travel, and military movements. This may mark a key moment in the understanding of how fast infection disease can spread globally. Background of Asian flu. Caused by the H2N2 infusion, a virus from the early H1N1 strain responsible for the 1980 Spanish flu. First identified on the February 1957 in Guizhou province in China, spread quickly into Hong Kong, Singapore, and Japan within a week. By the mid of 1957, reached India, Australia, and United States through the international air routes. By the end of 1958, it had affected most of the world's major continents, including Europe. This virus mainly attacked the respiratory system, consist fever, body itching, etc. Scales and impacts. It is estimatedly that 1 to 2 billion infection worldwide, roughly 1 to 3rd of the global population at the time. Caused between 1 and 2 million deaths globally, with Asia experienced the highest number. Child, elders, and those with the extended illness were most vulnerable. Hospital faced several beds shortage and medical staff were overwhelmed. Schools and factories were temporarily closed to conduct the spread. The pandemic caused a sharp drop in the production of ecosystem slowdown across the multiple countries. Despite the high toll, recovery was the faster than the previous pandemic due to the medical developments. Here are some pictures of the flu, Asian flu. Then we can move on to the next, how it spread. After the post-World War II, international air travel allowed the virus to spread across the continent in a week. trade routes and militaries, transport the further accelerated transmission between the nations. Limited global health coordinate the World Health Organization (WHO) was still in the early stages. No global early warning system extended to detect and share the outbreaking information quickly. Poor communication and infrastructure delay public health responses. The pandemic dominated how the globalization can spread the scales of the health difficulties. Medical and scientific responses. Scientists identified the H2N2 virus strain within just a few months. The major scientific achievement of the 1950s. And the vaccine developed began quickly, and millions of doses were produced by the date of 1957. The vaccine was distributed mainly in developed countries, while the developed nation had limited access, and the antivirus medication were not yet available. So the treatment focused on the managing symptoms. Government implemented quarantine. So the government implemented quarantine measures. Schools were closed, and the public awareness campaigns. The coordinated research and the vaccine respected one of the early examples for the global collaboration in the disease control. And the lesson we learned: the international cooperation in the essential for the timely discussed and contaminate of global health threat. Early discussion system and rapid vaccine development are critical and limited spread. The public awareness, hygiene and communication education play important role in prevention. And the investment of the healthcare infrastructure, laboratories and public health surveillances are necessary. We need for the portable vaccine access worldwide, not just a wealthy nation. Set the formation for modern pandemic preparedness system used today by WHO and the National Health Agency. And the conclusion. The Asian flu of 1957 to 1958 was a defining global health disaster that affected millions worldwide. It demonstrated how quickly disaster can spread in an interconnected world. This experience took the world about the importance of willingness, research and unity in facing pandemic. The lesson from this outbreaking condition to shape the modern public health policies and emergency planning. As we move forward, maintain the global unity and the scientific collaboration remain the crucial in protecting human health. So, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ashwin, for the informative and thought-provoking session. Now the floor is open for questions and clarifications. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask. We welcome your thoughts on the origins, global spread, and management of Asian flu pandemic, as well as how its lessons apply to present-day health challenges.
What virus virus strain caused the Asian flu?
The virus name is H2N2. All the virus spread over Asia. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you once again, Mr. Ashwin P. Just for that enlightening presentation on pandemics as global disasters. Asian food. Your insights have deepens our understanding of how pandemics shape societies, influence global health system, and highlight the importance of preparedness and unity. With the DTOP 3.0, we continue our mission to explore meaningful topics that connect science, history, and humanity. Wishing everyone a pleasant evening, and we look forward to seeing you all in our next session of DTOP 3.0.